Sheila Gunn Reid for Rebel News, fresh off my assignment to Iraqi Kurdistan. I was there documenting your efforts to save the Christian survivors of an ISIS genocide. And I was also there to show you how our Save the Christians fundraising is being spent by our partners at the Nazarene Fund, and to show you the real difference your money is making in the lives of Christians in Iraq, and also in the lives of Christians who flee to Iraq from places like Turkey and Syria, because the Christians know the Nazarene Fund is there to help them. I spent a few days being escorted around by the folks from White Mountain Research. They are the in-country contractors working with the Nazarene Fund. And on my last day in the country, I met with some Christian women, one of whom was pregnant and who had recently fled their homes after Turkey began an armed offensive into northern Syria. Just watch. What would happen to her and her family, her unborn child, if she's forced to go back home?
You mean now? If they so the thing is that they were threatened many times. So the extremists, and especially the villagers and maybe the Kurds, they know who they are, and now they know that they left. All right. So if they go back there, it will be more dangerous for them. So they will know that they tried to escape, but they couldn't make it. So they went back there. Okay, now the war has not ended yet in Syria. So Erdogan said a few days ago that he will attack again. Okay, they said that maybe that the Christian villages will not be in danger, although they will occupy them, but it's not true. They always say like that, but you can never know what the extremist groups will do. Okay, we know what they will do, and we know how they rape many people. We know how they treat women, especially women and beautiful women. So this is why we are trying to save those women. Okay. I will ask her if she spoke to her husband and حكيتي لها نينا على التليفون هلا اليوم الصبح؟
كان نحكي كتابة.
بس بالكتابة، وقال لك مشى حاله وصل على.
قال هلا على الحدود نحن رح نفوت على.
Okay, so he just informed her. Actually, we informed her yesterday, but he wasn't able to talk to her yesterday because he was still stuck on the borders. So now he crossed the borders, and we have guys there who brought them into the UN base. As I told you yesterday, we cannot bring him directly to the Kurdish territories, to the Iraqi territories. We have to bring him first to get him first to the UN base. There they will try to do the first vetting with him. And how did you come in, and why did you come in? Okay, so she spoke to him in the morning, and he's at the UN base now. وصل على اليوان؟
لا
أنا قطع على البوردر إيه.
لا كان أخذون جديد، كان أجوا الباصات رح ياخذونه.
Okay. So now they will take him to the UN base. بده شوية وقت هونيك.
أكيد.
بس إنه نحن بنمشيه. We will sponsor him. So we can bring him out of the base. Otherwise, he will stay there. So he has two options. They have two options actually. If no one sponsors him, it's either they send him back to the Syrian territories and they tell him just go in the forest, in the jungle, and go back home, or they keep him in the UN base forever.
And they don't care that he's separated from his pregnant wife?
Usually no. No, not at all. He can't. So if his wife wasn't here, we know how to do those things. So if his wife wasn't here, maybe they would have sent him back here. But we brought his wife first here. We tried to play it in a good strategic way. So they called the wife, and they were sure she was here. And then it was kind of it gave them the good decision to let him in at the borders. Okay.
When she goes to Australia, if that's where she ends up going, what does she want to do when she gets there?
So عم تسألك انه انتو هلا بس تروحوا على استراليا شو عم تفكروا تعملوا، شو في انه كيف تكفوا حياتكم يعني؟
رح نشتغل من حالنا ورح يجينا هذا.
So now she said that she's pregnant and she wants to have a good life for her kid. This is the first thing, and to start working there and continue their education there. Yeah. And actually, just one thing about her husband, he helped Christians a lot in Syria. They are Christians, And her husband, you will meet, maybe we can take some videos for him later on. But this guy helped Christians a lot in Syria. He saved many Christians there, also Yazidis, and he worked with good organizations who took care of Christians and minorities. So for us, he's a hero. So her husband is really, he's a great man. So, yeah, and this is why the extremist groups and other groups. They wanted to eliminate him or kill him anyway, because he was helping all those people there, and usually extremists do not like people like that. Yeah. أهلك وين؟
أهلي بالقاموس.
And by the way, her sister-in-law was rescued by us also. Shamiram, she was rescued by us. Shamiram with her son, and Shamiram and her son is in Canada now. We were able to put them on a Canadian program, and she's in Canada now. She's in Ontario. She traveled a month ago. Yeah, around a month ago she traveled. We were able to send her to Canada, and she's happy there with her son. Yeah. انت قد ايه لك هون؟
أنا من يوم السبت.
طيب قلتوا لنا احنا هلا شو بدنا نعمل؟ جيما رح يكون عند البيت، اخذتوه للبيت؟
جيم اخذناها البيت بس.
طب واهلا وين؟ ما هو اهلا
هلا اللي امبارح اللي قدمت لهم فيزا بتصير اختها وزوجها. اولاد.
Okay, so we are rescuing also Jima's sister, أختها. Jima's sister with her husband. Okay, and two of her and their kids. Okay, they have 2 kids. So we will rescue them next week, and we will bring them here.
Where are they?
Still in Syria. Okay, so we will do the rescue next week, and we will bring them here. So we are kind of reuniting the family. We asked أهلك ما بدهم يجوا هلا. Let me tell you one thing about bringing people in through the borders. When the war started a month ago, we tried to bring 2 old people. They couldn't make it. They were very, very old. The woman was kind of 75 or 80 years old. She was sick. She couldn't cross the trenches, the big, the huge trenches. She couldn't climb on them, and we couldn't carry her. So we had to bring her back. Because things like that might affect the whole team, or might affect the other people who are being rescued. So we couldn't bring in her parents, the father and the mother, but we will try to bring them in through the airport, because they couldn't come in at the borders. So we tried to do that. But her sister-in-law and her husband, her brother, will be rescued next week with two kids, 2 small kids. We will update you. We'll keep you updated about that. Yes. بدك واحد؟ Okay. So what else? Okay, and next week we'll move them. We will move her with her husband to a new house. Okay. We had another case, a 3rd case. She was also rescued last week. She couldn't be here because she is with the intelligence now. We have one of our guys with her. They are doing the vetting with her so they can give her the permanent visa. What's her name? شو اسمها هيدي البنت الثالثة؟ Venus. So we will. I don't know. You might not be here, but we will take a video of her and send it to you later today. Okay. Yeah.
These women are being helped by your generous Save the Christian donations. You've given them a real opportunity to raise their children in freedom and peace. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. To support the work I'm doing here to document the plight of Iraqi Christians and to help us give the gift of freedom and safety to 1 or 2 Iraqi Christian families this Advent, go to SaveTheChristians.com.